Good morning, folks. Welcome to new distributor training for October 13th. This is the first new distributor training for Zija 2.0. I can't tell you when was the last, I'll tell you, well, I can. I can tell you the last time I was this excited about Zija International, and it was just about coming up on 11 years ago, beginning of 2008, when I launched my Zija career, because it took me a long time to really make that final decision that this was the right company, the right leadership, the right products, and it was the right time for me to get re-engaged in network marketing. And I was incredibly excited. I remember the very first customer I signed up. I actually did it wrong. I signed him up as a retail customer. I made an extra 15 bucks off of my buddy that was the first person to get my product. That is, without question, the time, that rivals today. Okay, we've been talking about it for many months, actually going back to January of this year, when a number of us were at the Diamond Club event. Kim Brailsford made his commitment to take us to the top. Everybody, was all hands on deck. An incredible amount of work has been done over the last however many months that is, 8 or 9 or 10 months since January of this year. Everything was officially launched as of today. What I want to do, and this is keeping in the customs of Saturday morning new distributor training, I'm going to share a few comments. I'm going to give a little bit of direction. Then I'm going to bring Pat Andersen over to this side of the presentation. We are going to be going through a lot of specific information for all distributors. But first and foremost, let me start out the morning. Very warm welcome to those of you that are attending this perhaps as your first new distributor training in Zija. We want to make sure that each and every one of you that has joined this opportunity, regardless of what your goals are. Perhaps your goals are simply to create a little bit of supplemental income so that you can have yourself and all of the family on the Zija product. Maybe you want to go beyond that, create an additional, $200 or $300 a week, an extra $1,000 a month. Maybe you want to double that so that you can have a more comfortable life. Maybe set some money aside for the kids, college education. Maybe have your younger children in private education. Whatever it is that your goals are, including right up to creating a full-time significant income from a home-based business. And maybe if you're willing to focus and look at the long term, you can do what many others have done and create a true lifestyle of financial abundance. Whatever it is that your goals are, we all know that it starts at the beginning of the journey. The journey of, 1,000 miles begins with the first step. And we want new distributor training to be part of that first step for all of you who are just getting involved. So whether you've actually been involved in network marketing in the past, or this is your first venture into this, phenomenal entrepreneurial opportunity, we want to provide you with the foundation that is going to create success. Now, we call this Saturday morning new distributor training. And I want to be clear on this. We're going to every Saturday morning, myself, one of our other members of the training team, we're going to be delving in on Saturday morning to specific things that are going to help advance your business, your understanding of this profession of network marketing, how to create momentum in your business. But there is something that I'm going to encourage you to do for those of you that haven't yet done this. Maybe you're brand new to what we're doing here. I want you to get your pen and paper out. I'll see if I can't maybe include this in the chat box. I want you to get the foundational training. Now, there are many places to get this. I have done this for, Zija at large. I have a YouTube channel. That YouTube channel is www.youtube.com youtube.com/Fred Holmes, Zija. I put it in the chat box there. Go to that YouTube channel. This is where we're posting all of the recordings from many of the events that we do. You know, Biz Talks on Thursday, the business presentation, new distributor trainings, team meetings, and so on. When you go to that YouTube channel, you will see at the top, you'll see a couple of tabs. One of the tabs says playlist. If you click on the playlist tab, you will see a playlist that says new distributor training. I encourage you to take some time and look at that, okay? Because that is the new distributor training. If you will, you know, step one in getting trained. You'll find 4 videos there. The first one is called New Distributor Training. It's 30 minutes long, and it is the foundational knowledge that I got 33 years or whatever it is ago when I joined my first network marketing company. That company has historically been known as providing the most, the most significant new distributor training available, the foundational elements of what our profession is. I encourage you to take that 30 minutes because that video, I share what I learned my very first Saturday morning in my very first network marketing company back in the mid-'80s. And that foundational information is what I've used to build not only my first career in network marketing, literally I was able to retire. I went from being a cross-country truck driver to retiring in my mid-40s because of network marketing, and it was all based on that 30-minute training. And I hope I'm selling you hard on getting that 30-minute training in. I mean, that's the foundation of what I use to build a 7-figure income and retire 20 years earlier than most people ever think about retiring. And that's the same training that when I came out of retirement for Zija International back in 2008, it's the same training that I used and I taught to build a Zija business that, frankly, the last 10 years eclipsed the first 10 years. I mean, it has eclipsed the first 10 years in terms of income. And so hopefully you're getting the picture. Watch the video. Now, there are 3 additional little videos in that playlist. They're average about 10 minutes apiece. And those combined would be considered the fast start training. You know, how to create a prospect list, how to develop your personal Zija story, you know, a 90-day game plan. And I encourage you to take another 30 minutes and review those videos. Take some notes. I'm not saying that my training videos are the end-all, end-all. There's many, many leaders within Zija International provided great resources. I'm just saying that that's the stuff that I've used. And so I would encourage you to do that. Now, once you've done that, every Saturday morning you can come back here and we will work on one topic or another. We'll delve deeper into something. It's like kind of new distributor training is an ongoing process. You know, you can review it once and you know, learn a little bit. You can, you know, review it a few times. You can become good, but good is the enemy of excellence. That is why we invest this time on Saturday morning new distributor training. Now, I want to cover just a couple of quick things, and then we're going to have a lot of information for those of you that were not able to be, you know, hands-on with us live in Orlando, Florida last week. Has it already been a week? Dang. Here's the game plan, and I want to make this real clear. We'll cover it. I'm sure Pat and I will talk a little bit more about this. We have, including today, 80 days left in 2018. We have almost exactly 3 of the Zija periods, you know, four weekly cycles, almost exactly 3 periods left to the first of 2019. Now, 2019, next year is going to be a breakout year for Zija. I am personally estimating, my personal opinion is we will at a minimum double in 2018 with 2019. We will double next year, this year's sales. Double. Imagine being able to get in when the stock market was 10,000 points and in 1 year it doubles to 20,000 points. If you got a little piece of that, what would happen to your stock portfolio? Well, that's what we're dealing with right now. And I'm going to give you just a simple little game plan because it's the game plan that I use. And we're going to just back to 10 years ago. I started my Zija business in 2008, and I knew what to do. I went out there, I shared the product, I shared the opportunity, I was teaching others to do the same, and I kept doing it over and over and over and over and over again. Then we hit convention of 2008. Okay, it was the first part of October. I walked out of convention, and the biggest advantage I had over the average distributor is I'd already done this. I'd done this, a number of years earlier. I knew exactly what to do. I took that last 90 days of the year and I pretended as if it was my first 90 days. I went into an all-out team building mode and I created so much momentum in that October, November, December timeframe. I walked into the beginning of 2009, exactly 10 years ago, with full-blown momentum in my organization. And my 2009, because of that one little gap period of time, that last 90 days of 2008, because I had crystal clear focus, that one time frame set up my 2009. 2009's income was 5 times the previous year. It's just not 90 days we're talking about here. Or today's the 13th of October. We have exactly 80 days, including today, till the first of the year. That little time frame, that 80 days, that can literally double, triple, quadruple your potential for next year. That's why this time is so important. So here's your game plan. Real simple. Get to. Okay? Get to. For you, those of you that are brand new, you need to lock arms with your active engaged upline. Learn about our GQ bonus. Learn about that. It's a way for you to be able to simply enroll 2 people and make a lot more money because of the GQ bonus. An extra $50 or $100 for every single pair. The value of that is great for you, but the value is even greater for your team members to be able to enhance their enrollment process. But here's your game plan. It's real simple. Get to, and then help them get to. Okay, this is not rocket science. This isn't brain surgery. We will talk about some of the enhancements with our compensation plan when I bring Pat over here in a minute. I'm going to give you the 2-minute warning, Pat. I'm going to bring you over here in 2 minutes. But if you simply do that, or for those of you that maybe have been around for a while, maybe you're, a bronze level distributor, maybe you're a gold level distributor. Here's my suggestion to you. Start as if today is the first day of your Zija business, and in the next 90 days or 80 days till the first of the year, go get 2 and help them get 2, and then go do it again. Go get 2 and help them get 2, and go get 2 more and help them get 2. Okay, get people a paycheck out of the gate. Now, focus on requalifying. Pretend like you're a brand new distributor and you're going to be a gold in 90 days, 80 days. Pretend like, if you're currently a bronze, requalify for bronze. Pretend like you have no organization, no customers or anything, and start again. I'm here to tell you right now, not everybody, okay? Not everybody gets this, but there are many, many people, field leaders, names that all of you recognize, that are realizing today is the day. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Today you have 80 days to prepare for 2019. Tomorrow you'll only have 79. It's as simple as that, folks. Do not worry about all the things you don't know, because what you don't know has no possibility of helping you. Only focus on what you do know, and what I just shared with you is the most important thing to know. Today, get those little training videos, put together your list, go find 2 people who want to feel better, who want to change 2019 financially, get them in, get them trained, get them going, and then help them get 2. And when you've done that, go get 2 more. And if you simply did that, just that process over the next 80 days, here's what I can guarantee you. You will set yourself up for a phenomenal 2019, and the next generation of diamonds in this company will be developed next year. Mark my words. So, Pat, I'm going to bring you over here to this side. Let's see, where'd you go, Pat? Oh man, look at all the people that are here. Ooh, we got the who's who of Zija in today. Let's see. More, promote the panelists. Pat, you're coming over right now. And I'm going to be checking the messages. And folks, as we go through this, as Pat and I are sharing some information with you, giving you some direction, that sort of thing, if you have specific questions, put them in the chat box. We will try to answer as many as we can. And then just a little, program note, we will run till about 10 minutes before the top of the hour. At 10 minutes of the top of the hour, we will pause. We're going to take a commercial or an intermission. You can stay just logged in if you want. Then directly at the top of the hour, what is that, 2 p.m. Eastern, Pat and I will come back and we will do the team-wide, first Saturday of the period meeting, and we'll cover some of the Diamond Club announcements and that sort of thing. Hey, Pat, how are you?
Doing good, buddy. How are you?
Very good. How's the weather on the golf course, darling?
I would like to have time to be on the golf course to enjoy it. Okay?
Yeah, I know.
It's way too busy.
I get it, but listen, Pat, we've got a lot of stuff to go over. As we were talking, because Pat and I share a very large footprint of organization, and we wanted to make sure that all of our team, and it's not just our team, there's a lot of people that are part of today's meeting. They join us on, people are, non-team members of yours join you for Wednesday evening health talks with Pat, Thursday, biz talks with myself or some of the other leaders. We've never been the kind of people that help only those that we get paid on, because
no, never.
This is an enlightened sense of a personal benefit here, okay? If we help somebody be successful in Zija, independent of whether or not you're in our pay line, it makes Zija grow. And when Zija grows, it becomes a better opportunity for all of us. And then we'll just throw one more thing in there. The minute you hit Emerald, you start receiving a percentage of the entire company's volumes. A heightened sense of personal awareness. We want to be part of that. So, Pat, maybe what we can do is, I'll let you kind of take the lead here, because you're Pat Andersen and I'm not.
Oh, you're so funny. You know what? I can't even tell you how excited I am, and what I'm seeing throughout the whole organization. And yes, we help everybody, absolutely everybody. To be a billion-dollar company, we must lock arms. Okay? We don't have a choice. We have to work with all the other leaders and their downlines, and that's exactly what we're doing. So this week has been crazy, Fred. Absolutely crazy. I don't even want to know how many hours I have put in. As I said, we're not on the golf course. I'm looking at how beautiful it is, and I'm looking at the golf carts go by, and I'm here. But you know what? That's what we have to do right now, okay? We have to buckle down and actually do it. There's no more talking about it. There's no more sitting back. We have to do it. And so, I've been on calls with people that want to be my 80%ers, right? They want 80% of my time. because I'm only giving 80% of my time to those that are actually working, Fred. We have to right now. That doesn't mean I leave the rest behind. No, they got 20% of my time. Okay? So, you have to decide who's on this call, where you want to be, and it's okay. Okay, I'm seeing your finger up. I didn't know if you wanted to say something there. Oh, okay. You were just going, okay. So, dig deep into your soul with your family. Okay, this is a family thing, because if it's a husband, they've got to have the wife backing them that they're going to be working a lot of hours, or vice versa. You got to have the family behind you, because to get where we're going, we're going to have to make some sacrifices. All right, but guess what? It's going to be short-term sacrifices for that long-term goal, and that's what we've been spending a lot of time this week talking to people about that long-term goal.
And I got to share with you something, folks. This is a very important concept. And for those who've been around for a while, you've all seen the pictures of, me dancing on the beach, Pat and I on sailboats in Florida, and, the beaches here, there, and the other place. And that's all cool, okay? Everybody wants to go on vacation with us. Everybody wants to drive cars like we whatever, okay? That whole concept of the life unlimited lifestyle. But you have to understand, that didn't happen by itself, okay? This is the concept that Jim Rohn talks about, sowing and reaping. See, there is a time for everything. And you need to consider that today is the spring, and we're going to talk about spring of life, okay? Today is the time to be planting the seeds. Now, how many seeds? If you plant a small garden, you're going to have a nice garden. If you plant a field, you're going to have a nice field. Some of us plant plantations because we want that level of abundance, not because we want to have 14 cars to drive. See, what you don't know, and that I do know because of the people that I associate with, like Pat Andersen, like David Moses, and so many other diamond leaders. The reason that we do this, sure, we like the cars, the vacations, the houses, but it's also so that we've been able to go beyond that to where we can provide for others that can't provide for themselves. All right? And I'm not saying that we're, that makes us cool. I mean, although we are cool, but that's not what makes us cool, okay? It's what our goals are in life. Now, today is the spring of Zija 2.0. Now is the environment to be planting. And if you plant big, you're going to reap big so long as you follow the next 2 seasons, which is the summer where you nurture and the fall where you harvest, and based upon what you do is how well you will survive the winter. Now, we want to arm every single one of you with the tools that we have, okay? And again, I'm not saying that I'm the end-all, end-all. Pat Andersen is, okay? Let's be realistic. Pat Andersen, she has always been a #1 top 1% performer, okay? Pat's going to be talking a little bit about the new customer acquisition bonus, and I want you to be very clear on this. One of the reasons Pat Andersen has such a strong business is because she focused on what we're supposed to do, which is to change people's lives with our products, to create customers, okay? Now, we're going to take a little time here and go through the compensation plan. If you can tell somebody how to make money, and it's as simple as 1, 2, 3, then you can build a Zija business. And our compensation plan, this document's available to you in the back office now. It is the kind of thing that, don't worry about understanding every single fine nuance. We're going to explain this in the way that you can share it with others. And Pat, if you don't mind, let me start that process and let you fill in the details. And did you guys notice how I just handed off the hard part to Pat? Did you know?
I know, Fred.
Sometimes Pat likes me, sometimes she doesn't. She usually doesn't when we're live, and I put her on the spot. All right. You can spend all day reading this document. I really wouldn't worry about it too much. Know enough about it. Okay. Number one, brand new person. How do I make money? Fast start commissions. When you enroll somebody, you can make 15 to 25% of their initial order. Now, the way I'd phrase that is 15 to 25%, hoping that they're going to say, well, how do I make the most? It's based upon your personal volume. Are you using 1 serving a day of Super Mix or 2? Because if you're using 2, you max out the comp plan to 25%. That's it. Enroll somebody, customer, distributor, you're going to make up to 25%. So you enroll 3 or 4 people on a $100 initial order, you're going to make an extra, $7,500. Would you like to make an extra $100 today? What are they going to say? No? That's our first avenue of income. Second avenue of income. Do you notice how I just passed all of the diagrams and the circles and that sort of thing? Because what's your brand new person care about? All of these little, look at that stuff. All that little fine print stuff there? No. How do I make money? Every person you enroll, you're going to make up to 25% of the volume of their initial order. Number 2, you got extra money for enrolling 2. It's called the Get Qualified bonus. Enroll 2 people in the same week. In addition to what your commissions are, you're going to make an extra $50 or $100 for each pair. You can do that as many times as you want in the week. You can enroll 2 this week, or you can enroll 4, or you can enroll 6. How much money would you like to make? Notice how I'm skipping over all this stuff. The details, that's for people. It's kind of like those that can do, those that can't teach. The details are for the professors. What we want to know is, what do you got to do? Not how does it work. What do you got to do? Does that make sense? Now, Pat, one of the things that I think you're in addition to your focus on customer acquisition, you've been so strong on this concept of get to and help them get to and help them get to. Maybe you can share a little bit about how this get to, if you just understand that process, can help every single brand new distributor get into profitability immediately, whether they start with the basic 30, whether they start with the the builder premium system, the largest package for $1,300, that they can literally get into profitability day one.
This is the most important. I've been on this 4 years now. My good friend who passed away, Robbie Davis, and I, after one summit, we said, okay, this is silly. What do we need to do to explode? And we know the compensation plan, we know everything. And the 2 of us one day brainstorming said, let's just do something on Life Unlimited × 2. And so everybody in Zija Nation is more than love you to go listen to the call that I did with Robbie it's on clubmoringa.com, and it's under presentations. Also on that, right beside that presentation, you're going to see a PDF. All my team is told to download that PDF and always have it with them. Download it into their computer when they're doing Zoom so that they can show the person on Zoom. And what it does is it shows people how they start. So it took you 2 years to get 2 people, help them get their 2, help those 4 get their 2, help those 8 get their 2. One of the things Fred is very good at is helping people work in depth. Okay, and this is mandatory, and especially right now with all of the compensation enhancements that we're having. We need to help all the way down 4 levels, everybody get there too. As we do that, we are training and teaching those people above how to work even lower, okay? And so I tell people, once you have maxed this out, that's a white gold position, okay? All you've done is get to and help them build their organization. That's around $1,700, $1,800 a week. That's not a bad income per week, okay? And all you did was bring in 2 business. Now, please understand, when I'm talking about this, I'm not talking about customers. Even though we're going to go over this with my new customer program, guess what? We could do it with customers too, doing the same type of a thing. We bringing them in and et cetera and upgrading them. But this is about 2 business people that want to make some money. And we're going to teach that and train that over and over. It's just not going to end. Everybody's heard me the last 4 years and are probably sick of me. But guess what? The GQ bonus is perfectly aligned with what we've been training on. So Fred, it's a very important part of what we need to do in a binary system.
And folks, this is magic. What the company has done for us to create this simplistic and enhancing the compensation plan to put more money in our pocket for the same level of activity. Let's talk about, for instance, our Builder Pro system. That's what we used to refer to as a gold business pack, okay, a gold system. The Builder Pro system, it's the most common package that people start with when they start as a distributor. They want to build a business. I mean, honestly, what we used to call the Diamond Pack, the Builder Premium system, that is such an incredible value today. I mean, it's way better than it's ever been. I mean, you get the Zija, premium free shipping thrown in. I mean, that package, I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to have more people starting with the premium system, Builder Premium system, than we ever saw starting with Diamond systems, because it's such an incredible package. But let's back it down, okay, to the Builder Pro system. If you simply enroll GQ twice, what's GQ? Get qualified. And find those first 2 people that are willing to invest a few dollars to make some money, right? Get your first 2 people to join with the Builder Pro system like you did. You're going to GQ bonus your first week. Do it again in your second week. Find 2 more to do that, and you are in profit. You are in profit. And here's what's really interesting. Everybody knows 2 or 3 or 4 people that can do this business. They may not be your closest friends. They may not be the people that are barbecuing with you this week, but everybody knows 3 or 4 people that can do this business and will take a credit card and get some Zija products. They're going to be good for themselves, and you have created a story. You're in profit. And if you can show somebody how they can make a modest investment on a credit card to start their business from home, they get product that they can consume, and show them a way to help 2 people do it, they're halfway to profit. Do it one more time, they have made more money than they invested in their business, and all that product is free.
So let me do it. Let's talk about how you just said it. Okay, so here I am, and I brought in 2 people, and I'm going to, the following week, I'm going to help those 2 bring in 2, and I'm going to bring in 2. That put me at a bronze. Because I've got the 2 brand new people from the original one I brought in. That's 1,500. I now have a Builder 500 on each leg. I have more Builder 500s than I need, but I have 1,500 new PV in my business. That's a bronze position. What have you got? You have put in 2 people yourself, and they put in 2. That's 4 people. That's it on each side, guys. This is easy when you break it down this way.
And it all goes back to foundational elements of activity. Get your list, share the product, share the opportunity, teach others to do the same. And if you want to know, Pat Andersen, folks, and many of you already know this. Many of you have been, are part of Zija. But for you new folks, you need to be aware of the value of your participation this morning. Pat Andersen has the fastest growing organization in Zija, hands down. She's not number 2 or number 3. She's got the fastest growing organization. Now, why is that? And no offense, Pat, don't be impressed with how much she's doing. Okay? me, I mean, there's always going to be somebody to go, wow, look at them. I want to know, what are they doing to get there? Did you hear what she just said? Get 2 this week. Next week, help those 2 get there too, and go get 2 more. Because if you're doing that, then you're setting the pace. You're showing your new people what they should be doing because you're doing it. All right. Anything else we want to cover on that, Pat, or can I go on to number 4?
No, you just have to remember that if you have to really show the value of the Builder Pro and Builder Premium packages with that extra 50% team commission. Because if you're going to go out there and work hard, you want to make that extra money. I don't want to give Zija any extra money. I want it in my pocket, and so do you, okay? So make sure that you really show that benefit. And if you're new, that's not your job. It's our job to assist you, to explain. That's the plug in our Peak Pass plug. It's our job to explain to that prospect why the Pro or the Premium is a better kit for the value.
Folks, well, I'm going to reiterate here because we just got $1,000 worth of training in the last 90 seconds from Pat. Okay. Here is something that I would spend a little time with. Okay. This is our starter systems and enrollment form. Learn what the products are, the packages, because the packages, as you go from the basic 30 to the Builder Plus system and so on, the value starts to, exponentially increase with the inclusion of the 4-day sample packs. Okay, being able to get those additional products that are for you within those packages. When you start looking at the extra stuff includes free section, if you can verbalize that, then people will start to see the value of going from, maybe instead of a basic 30 for me, maybe I should get the Builder Plus, get me and, my wife, my husband, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, whatever on the product too. Because if I get both of us on the product, look at this other stuff I get free. But you know what? We would like to make some money. Maybe it makes sense to go ahead and start with the Builder Pro system, because look at all the extra free stuff we get. But as long as if you learn the value of the products, that is something I would invest a little time in, is to be able to describe the products. Now, the $1 million statement that Pat just made, and most of you missed it, okay? It's not your job as a brand new distributor to be sharing all this information. If you're following the system, okay, I'm gonna give you an example. If I'm prospecting you to get in my business, but I'm brand new, I'm plugging you into Pat Andersen. I'm not going to say any of this stuff. I'm going to let Pat do it for a couple of reasons. Number one, Pat knows it better than I do if I'm a brand new distributor. Number two, I don't want people to think that I have to know everything to be a distributor. Okay? I'm letting somebody else do it. It's going to move much faster, and I want you to think about this. And this is the part I got real quick when I first started multi-level. As I approached a contact, an acquaintance, a coworker, whatever about the opportunity, I didn't have any results yet. I didn't have a fancy car. I didn't have a big paycheck. I relied on my upline. I don't know which way you guys are looking on the screen. My upline, Pat Andersen, if you will, to share the story. Because they had the credibility. I didn't. So you want to be learning this stuff so you can be helping your downline share this with their prospect. All right, let's keep moving on here so we can stay on our time frame. Number 3. So we did number 1. One way to make money, you make 25 to 25% commission on every order that you place, that, new customer, new distributor. Number 2, you can make extra money for enrolling 2 within a week. Number 3, team commissions. Now, team commissions, that's the royalty override, the percentage we make on everything that's happened. My customers' orders, my distributors, their customers, their distributors, all the way through the organization. You can make 10% on your lesser legs volume, but if you start with the Builder Pro system or the Builder Premium system, you can make 50% more team commissions in your first 3 to 6 months. Is more better? Of course it is. Team commissions, that's money that you make for helping people make money. Number 4, and this is the one that I'm going to hand back to Pat because she is the master at this. In addition to the royalty overrides, number 4, we get customer additional monies for getting customers. So we already know we get 25% on the first order of a customer. We're going to get team commissions on every order after that. But our fourth source of income is our customer retention bonus. And I got to tell you, I'm incredibly excited about this because this is the path to not only big money for getting customers, but creating a strong, secure, lifelong business. And why do I know that? Because I saw Pat Andersen do it. Pat, you've got this thing down. Let's talk about number 4 way to make money.
This is the part that excites me the most of everything. I said to Ryan yesterday, we're going back to the basics, not back to the future, back to the basics. Okay. This is what we started with when I came on board. It was, we have 2 things now only, and we forgot to mention that. There's no rocks, there's no this, there's no that. We have a customer and we have a distributor. That's it, nothing else. So I've always focused on my customers because I know that's my bread and butter. All right, my whole goal is to have 1,000 customers buying, every single month from me. And that's going to build my residual income for my lifetime. My grand key with this program is you're going to bring people in. Now, please understand this. We are going to come across people that say immediately, I want to do the business. Okay? Of course, I'm going to sign them up as a distributor if they're ready to go and they have their first 2 ready. Not just that they said, I want to do the business. I want to make sure that they have their first 2 ready to go. If they don't, then I probably am going to put them back as a customer. All right. And so get them in as a customer, do your proper customer service. We're not going to go into that today. And if you end up getting a whole pile of customers, like the company's not telling us that we need 1 or we need 10 or 5 like they used to, I don't care. You might have 3 customers and their volume, PV volume, comes to 500. You'll be part of the 500 club. Or you might have a whole pile that are 20, 30 PV a month. They all add up to 500. You're in the 500 PV club. Guess what? You get your first 75 PV of your auto ship free. Okay, I want a 0 overhead, which means I'm going to have customers, a total accumulation of 1,000 PV. Okay, and so that 1,000 PV is going to get me a 150 PV auto ship. All right, 0 overhead. But you know how I'm going to get it? I'm also going to tell my customers, guess what? How would you like to be able to take this product free? Take this product free. What do you have to do? You have to just refer. I'm going to look after your people you refer. I'm going to help put them into the system so that you don't have to look after that. I'm going to do everything for my customer so that they get their auto ship free. Okay, that's part of my customer service. So now I've got maybe 4 or 5 customers and they're all getting maybe up to 1,000 PV to get their 150 PV auto ship free. Look at all that extra volume that's going through my business. Now, where's it going? It's going into my downline. They're not floating above my head where I can't find them. I'm actually making 10% of my lesser leg on my customers' volume. This is a big deal because in the olden day, we only got 50%. The corporate has given us another 75 PV, or that 150 PV of each of those customers are going to be in our downline now. And then the last component is they said, well, what about those people that all they want to do is go after customers? Hey, I like those people. I like my chiropractors, my nail salons, my hairdressers, my massage therapist that doesn't want to do the business. They just want to get customers. They can not only get their zero overhead business, they can now start making some extra cash all the way up to $1,000 and still get their team commissions. Okay? So this is just a win-win. It's probably the biggest thing that Zija's done. It's something that I have been wanting for so long, guys, like so long. This is how we're going to make the government happy. This is how we're going to make ourselves and our residual happy. It's just a win-win for everybody. So Fred, back at you.
Okay, and I got that made me chuckle. We're going to make the government happy. We're going to make the government happy in terms of the regulatory agencies wanting to see that our type of business has a customer foundation. Well, there's another way we're going to make the government happy. We're going to be paying a lot of taxes.
That's
right?
Okay.
I got to tell you, I showed one of my hockey buddies. I don't know if I can say this. A check for $22,000. Okay, a monthly check, and all he could say was, "How much of that is you going to have to pay in taxes?" What?
Yeah.
That was what he got from that check. You know, 1 month check for half of what he makes in a year. And all he could think of was how much you're going to have to pay on taxes. What difference does it make, right? You know, sorry, got distracted. Okay, so we have 5 ways to make money. First one is on our fast start commissions. We make up to 25% on every single new customer, new distributor. Number 2, the company gives us extra money called the Get Qualified bonus if we enroll 2 in a week. Number 3, we make team commissions on top of everything else. We make 10% volume or commission on our downline organization, but you can make 15% for 3 or 6 months, depending on which of these builder packages you start with. Number 4, in addition to everything else, we get a customer acquisition bonus. You can get your own personal products for free. You can add more customers. You can make an extra $200. You can make an extra $500. You can make an extra $1,000 for simply getting customers. And there's one more thing, because there's 5 ways to make money. It's called leadership bonuses. And what's exciting about this, leadership bonuses are not given to just the top people, the diamonds and the emeralds and so on. Every single distributor can move up the ranks and start receiving the first bonus, lifestyle bonus. The lifestyle bonus, for those of you who've been around for a little while, replaces our old Team Benz program, okay? The Team Benz program, well, it was a great program. I know, Pat, you must have had like, what, 3 Mercedes off of that deal or however many. You know, there was a problem with the Team Benz program, okay? Number 1, not a Mercedes-Benz is not the kind of thing you can get everywhere, okay? There's a lot of countries that's not reasonable to get a Mercedes-Benz in. And even if the company paid for it, it still would be a struggle to pay for the insurance and so on. They're hard to import to some countries. You know, one of the biggest problems with the Team Benz program is Mercedes-Benz weren't BMWs. I got a BMW.
They weren't F450s.
They weren't F450s if you didn't hear Pat. You know, Pat's got this like Mondo truck to pull that giant 5th wheel that they got. Okay, so we've turned it into a lifestyle bonus. When you qualify as a gold distributor, and we're going to talk about, I don't think we're going to be able to cover that today. It's going to be easier than ever to qualify for gold rank. When you qualify for gold rank, you will become eligible for a lifestyle bonus, which will pay you $100 to $200 a week extra on top of everything else. And you can put that towards whatever you want. If you want to use your lifestyle bonus to cover your, to help your house payment, to buy a new car, to put the kids in private Christian school, whatever it is that you want to use your lifestyle bonus for, including me, I can use it to put gas in my BMW. It's not a Mercedes, right? Lifestyle bonus.
$75 to $200.
Thank you. That's why Pat's here, is to make sure that I am accurate. $75 per week, up to $200 per week. And you know what? $200 a week, you can probably get a pretty decent BMW for that. Not pitching me. I don't make money on. I don't have stock in BMW. And once you hit Emerald, you get an Emerald pool that's up to 6% of the company's earnings. And every time you go higher up in leadership, you get another pool of profit. I mean, there are people that just the profit pools are 25% of their entire income in Zija. So 5 ways to make money. Fast start commissions, up to 25% of every new order you bring in. You got your GQ bonus. Company pays you even more money if you get 2. Team commissions, that's the override. And frankly, I wouldn't worry too much about that, but that's the override you get on the entire team. 10%, but you can get 15% if you want. How do I get 15%? Start with one of these packages. Customer acquisition bonus, up to $1,000 a month. Up to an extra $1,000 a month. And if that's not enough, we get bonuses, leadership bonuses, starting at even a part-time level. And so, folks, I would not get too involved in trying to understand all the details because there's no money in it. I'm going to get focused on how to tell people about it, not be the instructor. And for those of you that are brand new, get real good at saying, I'm brand new. I want you to meet Pat. I want you to meet my upline goal. I want you to talk to my sponsor. Get real good at passing it on to somebody else. So, Pat, I think we covered most of the questions here. Steam is breaking up. Yeah, let's see. I got a point about PV. A copy of this printed material. Okay, I already answered that one. Go to your document library in the back office. All the new documents are there. So, Pat, we're going to take a little interruption, a little intermission. And, folks, right at the top of the hour, we're going to come back and we'll go through any more questions you have, but we want to do a first Saturday of the month team meeting, bring everybody up to speed and lay out the game plan. Okay, Pat, we'll see you. Are you going to still be able to be with us? Okay, very good. Folks, we'll be talking to you soon. Give us another few minutes. Say that again, Pat. You got a weak signal.
No, I just said, I just muted for a second. Jim's in the back. Huh, okay, I will be on.
All right, we'll see you here in a few minutes, folks. Bye-bye.